Hello, my wonderful viewers. Welcome to my platform. This is Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of coming across this channel and you like what you see after watching, please subscribe, put on your notification bell, set it to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to get notified each time I upload a new video, even those without notification. Here we react to all forms of videos, international and local. Every Saturday by 2 p.m. we have our interaction section. You are free to call in to air your opinion about the happenings in our society. Invite your friends, share my videos with your families and colleagues. Do not keep this information to yourself. Myself, I will be sitting down here to watch this video together with you from the beginning to the end. Then we'll go to the comment section and leave our comments, our opinion about the video we watch constructively.
When you were talking about the cat fight, I got laughing and then reminded me of the several videos that I have seen following that, including those, I think it was an Arise. I was looking at it, I saw that on my TV in the office yesterday or so, you know, with people from Port Harcourt having their morning exercise and rehearsing on their, you know, practicing on their slapping. For me, it's just the comic relief part of it. It's just the comedy that has emerged from it all that I have enjoyed. Actually, there's no distraction whatsoever. I think it was meant to be, and it has added, I'm sure, maybe some time to come, there will even be some maybe movies or comedies out of from what I have seen, and even a song that has emerged out of that. So absolutely no distraction whatsoever. As you saw, I didn't even notice much of what happened. I think it happened while I was trying to go to sign the oath of office and oath of allegiance. I mean, it was just like 1 second thing. There was something there. I just turned again and continued signing my thing, and I haven't had 1 minute again discussing that, other than the comic reliefs, you know, you see on posted. Other than that, absolutely nothing. We're intensely focused on what we must deliver to our people, working every day, Monday through, I mean, from that day I left office, probably put in more than 9 hours on that day of swearing in. And same day at Opoko, we were there first thing in the morning till night. Saturday I was in meetings till from morning till 6:30 to 7 p.m. Sunday after church service, we were at the prisons, you know, to see the inmates and the inspectors and see how we improve their living conditions, as it were. Yesterday I was in the office morning till night, and then here again I'm up. After this interview, I'm in the office. You know, out there, absolutely no distraction. There's work to be done. It's work, 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 and that's why the people employed me as their chief servant. And I'm here to serve. I'm here to work, and absolutely to entertain any distraction. That's not part of the bargain. Second, you asked about 100 days in office. This is, okay, you said this is the usual, but this is not a government of the usual. To be honest with you, I don't think in terms of the days. Yes, we have deliverables and timelines, but I'm not counting them in terms of so day, that day, what day, and so on. What I'd rather want you to look at, and my focus is, I know I have 4 years to do this job, and actually I think it's about 3 years and 8 months to take decisions, as it were. The last 4 months is transition. I don't expect lame duck session. 3 years and 8 months, that's what effectively, and I'm not going to miss any 1 minute. So whether it is the 10th day, it is the first day, it is the 100th day, it is 200 days or whatever, but my own sense of milestones, I think in terms of the first year, by the 17th of March next year, where would we be? what will we be able to say? The next 6 months, where would we be? Whether, but 150, 200 or whatever. But we're putting quite a whole lot. And you wait on the 100th day, you will be the one to tell me what has happened and what hasn't happened. But for me, I'm just plowing. This week, the list of the commissioners will get to the House, and hopefully in the next 2 days, I will read the list. And then we'll get to work, you know. And once they give me, approve the commissioners, we'll hit the road. But even in between that, before that happens, we're already firing on many cylinders at a time. At the 100th day, you will be the one to tell us what is it that has been done. Maybe George can come back and go to see, go to a book and see what has begun. Have we ever done anything? And if we have done anything, what is the outcome? And so on and so forth. So don't let me tell you, stay here and list out to you, by the 100th day you will see X, Y, Z. But how do they put it? There is a name of a church I saw in Congo. It's Viens et voir. It's come and see. So George will come and do the documentary then and tell you what he has seen again.
Well, we'll be looking forward to that, Mr. Governor. Can you now tell us about your Made in Anambra agenda and why it's important to you? I see that you're still wearing your Made in Anambra. You're really flying the flag here and being that chief marketing officer that you said. You're using an Innocent vehicle as your official vehicle. How far are you going to go in this marketing? Can we expect to see your other fellow governors also using Innocent vehicles, every MDA in the country using Innocent vehicles? Tell us about this agenda and how far you're going to go with it.
Let me tell you, it's not just me. It's the way the world works. It's the way the world works. You will not say, if you will not get to Europe and find any government, any European government, using or buying Japanese Toyota for the operations of their police or for their president or for their officers and for use and so on. That government will come down the next day. You will not say go to China or whatever and go Philippines or whatever and get their leaders or so on wearing fabrics that's not met in their homeland. That's how you create jobs. How else? How else? And if you don't do that, you do that through public procurement. If you want to get funds from the US or from wherever and so on and so forth, it's America first. They're going to patronize, you're going to patronize made in the US. That's what it is. This thing I'm wearing, this slip-on that I'm putting on. You won't believe it is made in Obunike there. Some people say it and they think, oh, this must be an Italian thing. The next stage we want to do is to encourage them to proudly label it made in Anambra, Nigeria. And not when you see them. You go there, you see them making it. When they finish making it, they stamp it Gucci or stamp it Prada or whatever. The next is we want to encourage them to be proud, brand it. And that's because our people have that mentality that, unless it is imported, it's of no quality, it's of no value. No. It's when we patronize what we have here. Can you imagine 250 million people patronizing textiles being made here? What will happen to jobs? You're going to create tens or hundreds of thousands of jobs. Tens, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of jobs. Right away. Just by patronizing this Akwete thing. They can't even meet the order. in terms of the demand. Because now a lot of people, place orders for Akwete because it's hand-woven. And the women there can't meet the order anymore. Even the price inching up. And now we're going to help them get the technology to also mass produce this. And that's more jobs. Jobs, jobs, jobs. So the Made in Anambra agenda is integral to A, the way the world works. That's one. Two, it is the best way that you use government high road. I mean, the developed world, the industrial world, the way they go. President Clinton had what he called in the Ministry of Commerce, had what he called the trading floor. And that their job was to open markets all over the world for the export of made in American products. That's create jobs. And they told the story, Time magazine, The Economist, at one time when he was talking about the neo-mercantilism, told the story of how Raytheon and a French company competed for procurement, I think in Mexico, in Brazil, to get a contract, and how even the president got involved to get the contract for Raytheon, the American company, and how they created 20,000 jobs. This is the way the world works. So we're not doing anything fundamentally different. But that's the way that Nigeria, not just Anambra, must go. That's the way we must go. Made in Anambra first, made in Nigeria first. We'll eat our food, we'll drink our drinks, we'll wear our clothes, put on our shoes, wear our thing, and we'll create millions of jobs.
Okay.
Because you demand for them.
Okay.
That's it. Every country does that.
Okay. Okay.
So it's not just a thing, a very temporary thing for sure. It's something that I deeply believe in, and I'm going to live through that.
Okay. Two things. I asked before the case with IPOB.
Are you there?
During your inaugural speech, you talked about talking to IPOB security stakeholders in the state to stop the high level of insecurity. Like on Mondays, they are still sit-at-homes. Businesses can't thrive. SMEs are suffering in the states. Have you had that conversation? And let me ask you this, Your Excellency. What did you meet on ground when you assumed the position of governor? What was the level of challenge you met on ground?
The level of challenge we met on ground in terms of?
In terms of the dearth of infrastructure,
Hello?
In terms of funds available, in terms of
Hello?
everything. What did you meet on ground?
Okay. No, thank you very much. I think let me go by, in terms of the sequence. The first is the security issue and the discussions. The discussions are ongoing. As I announced, even on my inaugural speech, my first meeting after the swearing in, immediately after I signed that, I went into my office right away. And the next, few minutes after that, I started the Security Council meeting of the state, which I scheduled to last for 2 hours, but it ended up lasting more than 3 hours, as the case may be. So I am fully debriefed. The conversations are going on. And I think, I believe strongly that we'll get it cracked. It's probably not going to happen one day, but we're going to crack it. The sit-at-home thing will definitely end. And I will work in having conversations with all the stakeholders, IPOB, everybody else, who are trying to engage everybody. It's the people's power that will prevail at the end of the day. It is the people's power that will prevail at the end of the day. Like I said, the poor, innocent artisans, the keke driver, the bus driver, the woman selling pepper, the vulcanizer, the one that the masons who depend on daily toil and sweat to eat. They are the ones who are suffering. They're the poor people. For the elite, they can afford to have, a holiday on Monday and watch TV and watch Arise on their DSTV and so on. But what about these guys who don't even have electricity, who don't have anything, who depend on going out there to rough it out? The traders, the people who do what we call Ebo Safia, they don't have any shop, but they're just loitering around. If you need anything, they run, go and get it somewhere for you, and that's how they eat. If you stop them from going out, they starve for the day. Who is the loser? And then people who would have come to shop in Anambra start going out on Mondays, they go elsewhere. Who is the loser? You're just impoverishing the same people every day. And everybody is a loser. And I know that will definitely stop, and we're working hard at that. So the short answer to your question, I don't need to tell you any further details than this, is that we're having very serious conversation around that. Like I said, we're determined to restore law and order to the state. Because without it, nothing else happens. And
what did you meet on
the question is about what we met the state. Well, what we met on ground, actually, there is what I can only tell you is as follows. First is that in terms of finances, there is an audited account, which is public document. Okay? It's public document. Anybody can access that. The audited account of Anambra State as at 31st December 2021. That's already published. It's a public document. Anybody can access it. You can get it. You see our assets, liabilities, and so on. And then, of course, as at the last date, what you now have to do is between the audited account as at the end of the year and as at the day of handover, if there were further liabilities and all of that. But in terms of the audited account, certified and published already, everybody knows that the state finances are not quite robust, to put it mildly. The debt is probably in the range of 100 and something billion in terms of debt. And then cash, in terms of what I saw at the end of it, a few 100 million or so. That's what the state has. I mean, that's the base. But we're still going to have the reconciliations and have all the accounts from January to the date that we take over. And we put out, and I think it's best practice, actually. When you ask this question, we intend to have a very transparent public finance management where we're going to publish everything. Everybody will know what is there, what is not there, what penny comes in, what it is used for. And that is our aspiration. That's part of our promise in our manifesto, to have a very transparent public finance management. And part of it, like I said, is the audited account, which is a public document. You can look into that. And everybody can get a copy of that and see that. The debt, the liability, the asset thing, and so on, and the cash that we met. I think, if I remember correctly, the cash, the various banks, 200-300 million or thereabout. And then, about 300 or 400 million naira. And then the audited account as at December put the debt at about 109 or thereabout billion. That's what I saw. So, but we'll take from there. For me, that's baseline. When we do the other contingent liabilities, contractor debts, and the other bits, but we'll pull up all those. It's not what happened. For us, is to draw the line and then move on. That's it. That's the baseline. That's where we met, as it were. And
well, Governor Soludo,
now see where we get resources.
Governor Soludo.
How we're going to get resources.
Yeah, okay. Let's move from the village to the center. And
yes,
we have just a few minutes to go. We would like to have your thoughts on, one, the state of the Nigerian economy. Electricity has become a problem. There's fuel scarcity. Evasion problem is problematic. Inflation is going through the sky. The CBN is introducing a number of measures. And you were once upon a time in charge of monetary policy in this country. And you were most recently, even up to now, a member of the Presidential Advisory Body on the economy. What do you think has gone wrong around here? And what guarantees can you offer us that you will not have problems with your predecessor, who seems to have his own travails now, and also with your deputy, Dr. Ibezim, because after a fashion, in Anambra, predecessors and successors are always fighting, and deputies are not always in good terms with their principals.
You've asked tripartite questions that, and you said you don't have time. So let me just give you one sentence response on each of them. The first is the center, the state of the economy. I am now, thank you, mentioning the different hats I wore in the past. And now, as governor of my state and a member of the National Economic Council, I also have an opportunity to offer, and we have a meeting, I think, on Thursday. So I have another platform to share my views on the state of the economy in that sense. So whatever I say, and you railed out some of the challenges, and I'm sure everybody, the National Economic Council, the Central Bank, the federal government, the ministry, and so on and so forth, everybody is working hard at that. And I would rather keep my views on my own, for now, to share them at NEC, the National Economic Council. And that's where you have all the state governors and with the vice president as the chairman. It's a constitutional body for Nigeria where we meet to review the economy and profile our suggestions and views. I would rather share that within the context there and not here. The second part of your question is about my predecessor, whom every time and everywhere I must say, Governor Willie Obiano is a good man. And I will say this over and over. He's an honorable man. A man who, in my relationship with him, and I wrote it on the, my inaugural address, what is rare in Nigeria today is that people don't keep their word. And when he and I met, we met in August, met in September, met in October, and finally in November of 2016, I accepted his proposal for us to work together politically and so on. And 2017, I did everything to keep my own part of it. And many people didn't expect, just in the usual Nigerian way of things, that he would keep his own part of the understanding or partnership. But he did after 5 years. And for me, that's really historic. And I don't take it for granted and say, after all, he met his own part of the bargain. After all, I met mine. No. It's very easy for people to just walk away. He didn't. And remained very committed. He loves Anambra. And he loves Nigeria. And he did his own best, to the best of his ability, and so on. And thank God this is Apuga. We're on a continuity. We continue with the things, the strong foundations he laid, and where we think it didn't quite work well, our job is to make amendments and continue the trajectory. I don't envisage any such. I'm not a petty fellow, and neither is he. I don't expect him to give us any problems, nor do I expect to. What for? I mean, this is that will be silly, actually. You know, typically, what often leads to the kind of friction that I see in many cases is when people leave office. They have difficulty living. They still want to live and want to be the one calling the shots and determining, you know, who will get what and so on. But he's not that kind of fellow, and I know that, and he has repeatedly assured that. I said so publicly, and so I don't see much lines for friction and all of that, and I will be eternally grateful to him and the Anambra people for him remaining an honorable person and a leader, I must say. So, despite whatever the travails, and I hope he will be, I'm happy he's been granted bail, and he will have his day in the process, and they interrogate the process, like every other Nigerian who are appalled by somebody taking a video of him in that room and circulating that. I mean, he's entitled to a minimum degree of dignity and so on. That's not the way you go for. If we say he did something, investigate it, but not ridicule the person, humiliate the individual. But having said that, well, now on the deputy front, I'm not quite sure. You know, I've been through this road before. I've had, I was governor of Central Bank, and I have 4 deputy governors that worked with me. You know, fair enough. So I'm used to the circumstance of working with deputies. This might be a different terrain altogether, but absolutely, from the gentleman that I see, I don't envisage. I think he knows basically what the job of the deputy governor is. I know what the job of the governor is, and you do the job of the governor. He does the job as deputy governor. It's my deputy, and I don't. I think we're gonna bond together to give Anambra the leadership that the state deserves.
So much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.